Hello, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. Today's date is Friday, September 16th, 2022. And I've had numerous requests to investigate with the tarot something that came out of Germany. Let me share with you what I'm talking about. One moment. Well, as you know, and I've made no secret, I am not a fan of fear porn. And this item we'll be investigating has an element of that. Let me explain. This German parliament member mentioned that on September 24th of 2022, that people would remember where they were. It would live in their memory forever. It's being shared as if it was done recently, but as you can see here, it was done on February 22nd. Okay, now the German chancellor, if he had a date error, we'll ask the cards about that. When he said September, he spoke about this in February. And what does happen on September 24th, from what I've been able to find, and you can too if you do a little internet searching, is that that is the date that Germany will be voting on continuing and even possibly, extending in some way the mandates, the health mandates that are related to the scamdemic. So I find that rather interesting. When it seems to be people that have looked at this original footage, it seems to be that he was referring to the situation of Russia going into Ukraine and taking action there. But it's also possible that a date was slipped for some other plan. Now, I'm talking about the plans of men, because if our loving creator has a plan and does not choose to share it, he's not going to share it. that's a simple. Tarot cards aren't going to override that in any way, shape, or form. The tarot cards do sometimes give us insights about the timeline we're on and actions, reactions, and situations involving people. Just to be clear on that. I also don't like to put out specific dates, and I've explained that in the past, because I don't put them out. I might ask about one like I'm going to today, but I'm not going to put them out because timelines can be flexible and change, and the universe doesn't recognize time like we do. It's so that's why sometimes when I have my meditation and people can't join us, I say, hey, that's okay. Come back when you can and do it and send the energy back to us. So there are boundaries and barriers that we have put in place for the human consciousness that aren't universal. I hope that makes sense. But since there is a lot of concern about September 24th and what that German parliament member was saying back in February when he did it, we're going to ask the cards if there are man-made plans specific to September 24th, especially for Germany, that are nefarious and we should know about, and if there's other information added to that. Okay, so I'm trying to do it with one question that the universe can be, that tends to be very literal, can respond to. So let's see what the cards have to say about September 24th, man-made plans that are nefarious. Are there any that we need to be concerned about? And if so, is there other information to share? Okay, September 24th. Nefarious plans, man-made. Are there any items of information, confirmation that you can share with us about that, please? Let's see what the cards have to say. Our first card is the Ace of Wands. So we're getting a yes. There are some nefarious plans. Okay. Then we have the Eight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Six of Wands, King of Wands, Nine of Swords, and Three of Swords. Okay, let's see what we can glean. Again, the Ace of Wands is a very hard yes. There are some specific plans for September 24th that are nefarious. Okay, now that situation is clarified by the Eight of Cups, which talks about a turning point. Let's see if we can get some idea of what that turning point is. Okay, now it may be as simple as the voting that'll happen in Germany about mandates, but they are in an energy crisis, health crisis, lots of other crises going on in Germany. Okay, Page of Pentacles is showing up for the near past. Now, the Page of Pentacles is about financial opportunity, okay, and worthwhile effort, okay? So there is some opposition to these plans, okay? And then the Six of Wands is a victory card. Since there's opposition showing up here to the plans, I'm saying that the plans are going to not be able to be implemented in full. Okay, looking ahead, because these are actions and this is a victory card. Now, looking ahead to the near future, we have the King of Wands. Now, he is a card that shows wisdom and honor and leadership. And a nefarious plan would not be honorable. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that it is known to the white hats. There are some steps to mitigate it, if not stop it completely. I think there's still going to be something that will be actually in the public eye. Looking here ahead to clarify this, how the wisdom and leadership here is showing up here. There is the Nine of Swords, which speaks to a not as much cause for worry as you'd think, which bolsters up the mitigated plans. Okay, but on the other side, less importantly, we do have the Three of Swords, which talks about some heartache. Okay, so on the 24th, something's planned. It's going to be somewhat thwarted and stopped. Don't have enough pentacles that I'm worried too much at this point that it's financial, which would be more global anyway. We have the Death card showing up for long, slow change, which keeps showing up in my current events because, yes, this has been a very long, slow change for humanity. Page of Swords is also showing up here as some of my extra cards. And the Page of Swords is very intelligent and truthful and diplomatic. So whatever's being done by the white hats, part of the reason there's a slow rollout is because of some diplomacy and taking the time to consider the needs of others. Okay, we got a reassuring card here with the Six of Cups. Six of Cups talks about reconciliation, which is part of what that long, slow change is going to be. Reconciling our financial system to one that's beneficial to humanity, our values, our education, getting information cleared up, and our history restored. Wouldn't that be wonderful? And we've got the Ten of Cups here reassuring us that despite the fact that there are plans for September 24th, there are counter plans in place to mitigate that to great extent. Okay, and ultimately, again, we've got some good cards on top here showing the reconciliation and celebration for all age levels, which, as this unfolds, we are going to be celebrating. So don't fear change. Don't fear change. That's it for this video. I'm so glad you spent a little time with me, and I do appreciate that. Your time is precious. I try not to waste too much of it. So I actually started this video expecting to get told basically, pipple, nothing to worry about. But it does look like your curiosity has been piqued for a reason. And maybe the reason that German Parliament members' comments are being brought forward isn't so much for fear, but for awareness. So as always, in these tumultuous times, And especially, oh my gosh, in the coming week, we've got a coronal mass event that's being predicted, but we get those all the time. But a significant one can impact communications. The papal bank wants all their funds returned by September 30th. There's lots of things happening. There's a payment due for the bankrupt U.S. corporation on September 30th. We know a lot's going on. So be smart. Okay. If you can, have a few days worth of food available, have some cash on hand. When you're in large crowded places, if you see something, say something, be smart. Cautious, but not fearful. Okay. It's an exciting time to be alive. That means there's exciting events going on, and ultimately they're going to be good. But as we know, the deep state and evil, as they lose their stranglehold on humanity, on our awareness, and as we become better informed and claim our powers of discernment and ability to manifest, they're going to be kicking and screaming as they go out. So don't get your ankles kicked, okay? Be watching and be careful. That's it for this video. I am going to have a short afterword that has nothing to do with politics that you're welcome to stay for if you'd like to. You don't have to. And have a wonderful day. Again, situational awareness and some sensible prepping for a few days worth of food, cash, things like that, just in case. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Now, the afterword that I said has nothing to do with politics. I came to Caribou. It was my retirement from teaching. It's kind of a tradition with a lot of teachers to travel in the fall, the first year that they don't have to do classroom prep and things like that. It keeps me, as a still certified special ed teacher, from being tempted with a contract because I've been a contract worker for the last 3 years. And I wanted to spend time with my daughter and my grandson. She's a single mom, and I was for many years. And I know that struggle. So I've been here now for a little over 2 weeks. And I miss my kitties terribly, and I miss my home. But yesterday, I signed a lease on a place here in Caribou. It's just a small, very small 1-bedroom place. Kind of cool. It's for age restricted, so it's just for me. And it's solar powered, the solar powered electric, and just kind of cool. It'll be a good place to get older sensibly in. I don't want to be like one of my family members who refuse to downsize, make sensible changes, what have you. So here's the plan. I'm going to finish my 2 months here in Caribou, the visit. And in the meantime, starting next week, I'll be because I'm not going to ship furniture from Alaska unless it's got a lot of sentimental value. I've got some furniture being delivered. I'll get that started. And then I'm going to go home and spend one last winter in Alaska and enjoy it thoroughly. And after the holidays, I'll start selling furniture and put the condo on the market. And in the spring, I will bring the kitties to Maine because they're family, and I'm not going to be separated from them again. Right now, there's rules in Canada that prevent me from driving through, which I've done many times in the past. I don't mind it a bit. So I'll probably have to wait until the Alaska ferry is running in the spring. I wouldn't want to do the Alcan until after breakup anyway. And it may be with, things will loosen up by then. Who knows? What we have to do is, even though we know our world is in flux, keep making our plans and moving forward. And I'm making plans to be closer to some family. I can help my daughter in a very meaningful way and still pursue this. I don't super monetize my channel. I don't take advantage of every opportunity to do so. So I didn't want you to think that I was Miss Moneybucks. I can't maintain permanently 2 different coastal places. So I will sell the condo in Alaska and move here and eventually become a Maine citizen. So that's my news. It's beautiful around here, and I'm living, exploring, and I got a membership over at the college fitness center, so I'm swimming laps, and a lot of ways it feels very similar to what I'm used to, and I know the winter will too. So I'm not giving up my winters, which I actually love. So anyway, that way you're going to know that there's some background changes and things going on with me that I wanted to share with you. Once there's a few pieces of furniture in my little place here, I'll show you around there. And, as I'm making videos, because I'll do that throughout, you'll see the background change a little bit because I made a commitment when I started this that I wouldn't use green screens or anything. You'd always be able to see behind me and see where I'm at. And I do that. So I thought I'd explain that and let you know there's a change in the wind. And I'm excited about it. And it was totally unexpected. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, I've got a freezer full of food and I've got emergency supplies that I'm not going to need or I need to pass along to worthy people, and lots of plans to do, but it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And I really like having that little grandson shout "Mame" and call for me at night. And I want to be part of his growing up as much as possible. I've missed too many family opportunities because of our complicated world. So that's it. Okay, thank you so much. Until next time, be cautiously optimistic and safe. Okay, that's the words of the wise. Thank you so much. Good night.